Hi, thank you for joining me. In today's video, we're going to discuss a standard English convention known as contractions. Contractions, very simply. Well, what is a contraction? It's defined as making something smaller, in this case. It's a standard English convention in which you'll actually take two disparate or two separate words, bring them together to form a new word, and they're brought together using an apostrophe. However, this new word that you form is actually going to be a smaller version had you just taken both words and stuck them together. So it's going to be a new word produced again with two separate words joined together using an apostrophe to produce a smaller word that actually has the same meaning as the two words used separately in a sentence. So let's go ahead and look at a few examples of what I mean. All right, so if I were to take a few common contractions, such as I have. So I'm going to go ahead and move so that we've got some room on screen. So if I combine the personal pronoun I with the verb have, I would get I've. And you'll notice on the screen that I'm actually joining both words together with the apostrophe. And the apostrophe is actually going to be used to replace all the missing letters in that second word I'm combining the first word to. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at yet another example. Let's say I have the sentence, I will go to the gym. If I would like to make it sound more natural as an English speaker, I would combine I and the verb will, in this case. I would combine the word I and the word will to create I'll. So I'll, which again is joined using the apostrophe, and it substitutes those missing letters, W and I. So I'll go to the gym. It has the same meaning as I will go to the gym. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few additional examples, if I can pull together my list. Okay, so let's say I have the personal pronoun I, and then I have am as my verb. Instead of saying I am a boy, I would achieve the same meaning using the contraction, I'm a boy. Now, let's say there's plenty of words that you can create, or rather use to create contractions that do not contain a personal pronoun. We'll try a few. Let's try we have would be we've. If I were to try do and not, so the sentence is do not pet the cat. Instead, I could say don't pet the cat. So again, both sentences have the exact same meaning. However, the contraction shortens it, and it makes it, especially when speaking, so using speech, speaking in English, it makes it sound more natural. Again, the meaning would be the same either way. However, as a native English speaker, it's something we're more accustomed to using, these contractions. Now let's go over a few additional examples. We are children. We're children. You are smart. You're smart. And with this particular contraction, it's really important to distinguish it from your, which is Y-O-U-R, and your, which is U apostrophe R-E. Two very, very different meanings. The your above would show possession, which we're going to talk about later. The your below that would be you are. That would be the contraction. Very, very different meanings. And again, that will be a separate video and a separate lesson. And let's go ahead and go over one additional example. Could have, as in the sentence, they could have gone left. Instead, I would say, to make it sound more natural, they could have gone left, right? Or turned left in that direction. So this is really just more about producing a more natural sounding dialogue, especially again when communicating verbally in English. Contractions you're able to use in writing, and it's encouraged to use contractions in writing. However, the rule of thumb in English is if you're writing a more formal paper, or if you're writing in something that is considered more academic, you would abstain, which means you wouldn't really use as often or as frequently contractions in those types of writing, or in an environment in which, again, it is more formal. You would stick with the two disparate words as opposed to combining them to produce contractions, which can sometimes have a tendency to sound less formal and a little bit too casual given the setting. All right, so we've gone over contractions, which on screen should tell you are It's when you take two different words joined together using an apostrophe to substitute the missing letters in the second word you're attaching to produce a new shorter word that actually has the same meaning as both words used separately. They're typically used in English, verbally and in writing, informal writing, to generate a more natural sounding speech pattern. All right, and that is our lesson. I will be sure to include slides with notes regarding this concept in the video description below. I encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will continue to produce content which will help you develop a richer understanding in English. All right, thank you.